Comcast Country, and welcome to Comcast Digital PCS. Nobody knows it better.
Philadelphia Flyers close out a busy stretch with a 3-1 victory over the Montreal Canadiens tonight at the Molson Center. Our Bud Ice player of the game, well, the guy who stood between the pipes for the Flyers and had some testy moments for sure in this one, Garth Snow.
He made some real key saves at the opportune time, and you know, in the last two games, both Hextall and Snow have been outstanding.
Core State's great checker of the game, Chris Terran. He had a lot of hits in this game, 8 after 2 periods. Here's one on Brian Savage. When you get to a game like this, though, Gary, it's tough to pick a star because it really was a team effort. A lot of players involved.
There's no doubt about that. And, you know, when you're dragging a little bit, you have to play smart. And the Flyers capitalized on those 2 goals, and they made it stand up. And I'm sure that everybody had a real sigh of relief when Trent Klatt put that 3rd one in, and they knew then that the game was theirs.
Flyers entered this stretch of 4 and 5 nights, a bit of a shaky club. They leave it a very confident group after 4 straight wins and now a couple days off before some more game action. Tonight's Flyers game on WB17 was brought to you by Aetna US Healthcare. You'll feel better with us. By Pepsi Cola, Generation Next. By Core States and the Core States Flyers MasterCard. By your local Chevrolet dealers. And by Bud Ice and Bud Ice Light, the official beer sponsors of the NHL. The next broadcast will be Thursday night, back at home at the Core State Center. The Boston Bruins will be the opposition. Big win for the Flyers tonight in Montreal. Vinny Prospel and the gang with a 3-1 victory. Don't forget, coming up immediately following our broadcast, WB17 News at 10. They'll get you caught up to date on everything happening and have some extended Flyers coverage as well. Garth Snow gets the win. The Flyers now tied for first in the Eastern Conference. For the entire crew, as well as my partner Gary Dornhofer, I'm Jim Jackson. Good night.
The most compelling performer of our time in his most courageous role. Robert De Niro, Jackknife.
Thursday.
This is WB17 News at 10.
Another fire-related death in Philadelphia tonight, the youngest victim yet, a 10-day-old baby girl. Good evening, I'm Steve Highsmith. A smoky fire tonight has taken the life of an infant. It happened in Feltonville, and that's where our Byron Scott is standing by live now with the latest on what happened. Byron?
Steve, investigators say it was faulty wiring, a homemade extension cord connected to a space heater. That was the cause of the fire. The problem also is at the time of the fire, all of the adults were downstairs, the infant upstairs by herself. And by the time they figured out the place was on fire, it was already too late.
Fire. That's I can see my daughter.
Pedro Vera returned home tonight to find his house gutted and his life changed forever. Wrapped inside this small yellow body bag was that of his 10-day-old daughter, Delamar Vera. Neighbors say the infant's mother, Luz Ada Cuevas, her mother-in-law, and 2 other children escaped. Chico Farson tried to save the infant.
Said the neighbor was screaming, the baby, and I didn't know where the baby was. He kept saying, where's the baby? She didn't know, so I just came down, like I said, kicked out the window. I grabbed the hose and I was trying to spray, trying to get in there, and I had the shirt. I took my shirt off and I put it over my face. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't see, couldn't do nothing.
I heard the baby crying, but you know what I mean? I tried to go in, but you know what I mean? It was too much smoke.
The family had lived in the house for a year. Veteran says they were using a space heater to keep the house warm. Neighbors say everyone pulled together to try to get little Delamar out, but they just couldn't.
I tried, he tried, somebody else tried, and we could have, nothing we could have did.
Again, faulty wiring was the cause here. The mother was injured in this fire. She's right now hospitalized, we're told. And the father says they only had 1 photograph of his daughter. That was taken while she was in the hospital. But sadly, he says, that photograph was in that house tonight, and that too was destroyed. Live in Feltonville, I'm Byron Scott. Steve.
Thank you, Byron. Tonight's death is the 59th fire fatality in Philadelphia this year. That's 11 more than this time last year, and authorities say most of the deaths could have been prevented.
You and I and everybody else has a smoke alarm in their house, but about half of those anymore don't work because somebody doesn't bother to make sure that the battery works.
The fire department and the Red Cross today launched a campaign to encourage people to make sure their smoke detectors work. Fire also takes a deadly toll in Chester County. The blaze ripping through a mobile home at the Malvern Trailer Court. The fire was apparently caused by a fuel oil heater and trapped the victims in their bedroom. William and Patricia Groves had been married just 4 months. Fire also destroys a Cherry Hill landmark, NASA's diner on Cuthbert Boulevard. No one was injured in the blaze, which broke out just after midnight. Camden Catholic High School nearby was closed for the day because of the fire. No word yet on the cause. Mike Mamula will not be exposed to criminal charges. The Lehigh County prosecutor says case closed. The defensive end was accused of exposing himself to restaurant bouncer Sherry Hapney. She pressed charges last week. DA Robert Steinberg says the delay is one reason he's not deciding to charge Mamula. Hapney had no comment tonight. An inmate at Graterford State Prison is hospitalized this evening after police say another inmate stabbed him in the neck with a pen. 34-year-old James McKee was helicoptered from the institution with the pen still in his neck. Authorities say McKee was stabbed during a fight with the other inmate. No word on his condition. A victory for pro-life forces in New Jersey and a setback for pro-choice Governor Christie Whitman. The Republican legislature has now rejected Whitman's veto of the bill banning partial birth abortions. Jim Sigovitz has the story.
The state Senate today, following the Assembly's lead, voted 27-13 to override Governor Whitman's veto of the ban on partial birth abortions. The new law would ban abortions in the last trimester of pregnancy unless a woman's life is at risk. Governor Whitman wanted an exemption for when a woman's health is at risk as well, but supporters of the law say it isn't necessary.
If there were a medical necessity for an abortion, this bill does not prevent an abortion from occurring.
Supporters of the ban celebrated after the vote and say this is the first step on their agenda for a total ban on abortion.
Such as parental notification, ending taxpayer funding of abortion, informed consent laws, fetal homicide laws.
But opponents say they will challenge the ban.
Unfortunately, while we're battling it out in court, there are women whose lives and health are going to be at risk in our state.
Supporters of the override vote know they'll have to defend the law against a constitutional challenge. In fact, the American Civil Liberties Union has already gone to federal court to seek an injunction in an effort to stop the law from taking effect. Governor Whitman says her administration will not defend the new law in court, having decided long ago the ban is unconstitutional. And she has this message for abortion opponents.
I wouldn't, assume that because they've gotten this piece of legislation through, that now that there's going to be a wholesale rush on a woman's right to choose here in the state of New Jersey.
In Trenton, Jim Sienkiewicz, WB17, News at 10.
A 15-month-old baby allegedly kidnapped from her foster mother 4 days ago is safe tonight. Asia Raz found today in North Carolina. The child was allegedly kidnapped from foster care by her own biological mother and the mother's boyfriend. The accused mother and her boyfriend are in custody. Bethlehem Steel, the country's second largest steel company, today acquired the nation's oldest. Bethlehem is paying $650 million to take over Coatesville-based Lukens. The companies and the Steelworkers Union call the deal a win-win.
This combination will establish Bethlehem Lukens as the premier plate business in North America and, in my personal view, in the world.
The merger means 2 mills, one in Coatesville and another in Maryland, will close. Officials will try to place those workers at other mills. The Pentagon considers the possibility of biological warfare a real one. Most U.S. troops will be vaccinated against the deadly anthrax virus now. The first to be vaccinated are in high-threat areas, including Korea and the Persian Gulf.
We face a clear and present danger today, one that's only going to grow with time.
Nearly 2.5 million troops will get shots over the next 6 years to get ready for the infectious disease that usually only affects cattle and sheep. Experts warn it's only a matter of time before Hong Kong's chicken flu spreads throughout the world. Fear is growing about the deadly virus that appears to be able to jump from fowl to humans. 7 people have been infected, 2 have died. Particularly troubling is that the virus kills chickens in their eggs, and chicken eggs are what's used to make flu vaccines. One survivor clings to life following the crash of a jet with 86 people aboard in the United Arab Emirates near the Persian Gulf. 85 bodies have been recovered. The Russian-made Tu-154 from the former Soviet Republic of Tajikistan went down just 9 miles from the Sharjah airport. It's not known why it crashed, but 500 people have died in 154s in the past 4 years. A shooting outside an Arkansas high school wounds 2 students just before the start of the school day today. Police say the shots came from nearby woods. The attacker hit 2 teens, a boy and a girl, each in a hip.
Everybody's just upset about it because we couldn't believe nothing like this happened in Stamps, Arkansas.
Police say gang violence has not been ruled out. Here at home, a special commission today released a set of 17 recommendations for reforming Pennsylvania's public schools. Among their ideas, carve Philadelphia into 22 separate districts. Our Wendy Dockenbaugh standing by live in the newsroom with details and reaction. Wendy?
Steve, commission members spent the past 6 months drafting these recommendations, and for their efforts, they are getting a lot of grief. The mayor calls the plan insane. The teachers union president says it would lead to chaos.
We must do whatever is necessary.
School Superintendent David Hornbeck was the most polite. He praised the commission's calling for full-day kindergarten, smaller class sizes, and mandatory standards for reading, math, and science. But he fears all of that will be overshadowed by a call to divide Philadelphia into 22 school districts, each with its own elected school board.
Looks an awful lot like the system that was adopted in New York City in 1968 and then was abolished by the state legislature last year because it didn't work.
The patronage, the corruption, that Philadelphia had this system, they got rid of it. Chicago got rid of it. New York City got rid of it.
I mean, obviously the current system is not working for poor children.
But State Representative Dwight Evans, who drafted the legislation creating the commission, insists local school districts would give people a sense of ownership and lead to closer community involvement.
This is something that should at least be looked at. I don't think anything is written in stone that's in that particular report.
Evans says the price of the plan has not been calculated, but critics say costs would balloon and poorer districts would have no tax base to support it.
They came up with a terrible idea, and it's falling flat on its face because it's an insane idea which would raise administrative costs and cripple the kids of poor people.
The commission's recommendations are far from becoming reality. They must still be approved by the state legislature, and Governor Tom Ridge and the House and Senate are in recess until January. Live in the newsroom, I'm Wendy Dockenbaugh. Steve?
Thank you, Wendy. Well, school's out for some. Graduation day for some new men and women in blue.
Do hereby solemnly swear. Do hereby solemnly swear.
Congratulations to the 321st class of the Philadelphia Police Academy. Among the 208 graduates at the Girard College ceremony, 14 Housing Authority officers, 2 Ben-Salem police officers, and 1 from Lower Southampton. More to come on WB17 News at 10. The state of New Jersey takes a jab at tattoo parlors who cater to kids, and inside the Postal Service on its busiest day of the year. Julie?
Steve, some warmer weather is headed our way. Stay tuned if you like the warmth, the sunshine. It's going to be here. My 5-day forecast. You're going to love it. Mike.
Julie, in sports, Allen Iverson is in trouble again, and a flyer takes a shot at WB karaoke.
Hey, double ho, double we, double she, double he, double you, double me, double she, double.
Couldn't say it better. And the government steps in to decide when food is organic and when it's not, as WB17 News at 10 continues.
This is the sound of small businesses doing more business with Fridays free. They're doing more because thanks to Sprint, all their long distance on Fridays is free, while the rest of the week they're still getting Sprint's low flat rates. Even better, call now and get Fridays free until the year 2000 with no term commitment. Call 1-800-598-5000 for Fridays free, only from Sprint Business.
This portion brought to you by Sprint Business. Join the thousands of successful businesses who've switched to Sprint and let us help your business do more business. Call Sprint Business.
I've learned a long time ago it's not how big or small or how you look or where you come from. It's what you're made of inside.
Jim Herr doesn't use just any potatoes. But then Jim Herr doesn't make just any potato chip. Make hers yours.
At Zales, the diamond store, we also have a lot of $99 gifts.
like these quarter-carat diamonds for just $99. And with any purchase of $99 or more, get these classic diamond earrings for just $29 at Zales.
For those of you who no longer believe that the world begins and ends only with white wine, please, I've got a better idea. El Mopio Imported Merlot. Ask for it by name.
In our world tonight, 2 smokestacks tumbled to the ground in Ohio on purpose in a double demolition at the LTV steel plant in Cleveland. The more than 200-foot-tall stacks were built 45 years ago. In Washington, President Clinton appoints Bill Ann Lee acting chief of civil rights enforcement, and in run around Republicans opposing Lee's affirmative action beliefs. And in Denver, Terry Nichols' trial nears its end. Nichols gulped when prosecutors in closing arguments told jurors Nichols planned death, destruction, and chaos in Oklahoma City. The USDA wants to have its say in what is and is not organic food. Organic foods are grown without the use of pesticides, synthetic chemicals, or growth hormones, and many say these new changes are long overdue.
There is organic fraud out there. There are people who are claiming to have organic products that aren't really organic.
The USDA seal would go on raw products that are entirely organic. It would also go on processed foods with at least 95% organic ingredients. If you're a minor in the state of New Jersey, you'll soon need written permission from your parents before you get one of these. The state Senate passed a bill today that would impose a $1,000 fine and 6 months in jail for tattoo artists who violate the law. The bill now goes to Governor Whitman. Today's high school girls are using steroids more than ever. A new Penn State study shows 175,000 girls use the illegal drug to make themselves leaner or to put on more muscle. Well, the Christmas rush is in high gear at post offices. On a normal day, 1.5 million pieces of mail pass through the main Philadelphia post office, but tonight the volume has doubled. Post office says that if you want to be sure that your card or package arrives before Christmas, mail it this week. And you may want to get out your Bermuda shorts. We may have some good news from Julie Bologna next. Stay tuned.
Canada Dry Ginger Ale. Out and out refreshment.
You wouldn't expect the diamond store to have $99 gifts, but we do. Like these quarter-carat diamond channel hoop earrings for only $99. And this season, with any purchase of $99 or more, you can also get this delicate rose box with a pair of classic diamond earrings for just $29. Only at Zales. Or on the World Wide Web at Zales.com.
I can't believe you dragged me to the North Pole.
I want to see how the experts do it. Wow, Star Wars, Barbie, Lego, everything kids want.
It's like Kmart's Toy Mania. Oh, I love this.
And Jane's Wrangler, Route 66.
I didn't know the big guy did clothes. Sheets by Martha Stewart.
So what's the holiday lesson we learned?
We need elves.
Where do you get them?
You rent them?
From where?
I don't know.
Me either.
This holiday, there's a better way to save. Kmart.
It's out there. It's ice, and it fears only heat. Driveway heat from Presto melts up to 4 times more ice than rock salt with no messy residue. Get driveway heat and kiss your ice goodbye. Behold, a technological breakthrough. Prestone Windshield De-Icer Washer Fluid. Unlike many blue washers, Prestone guarantees it won't freeze in your reservoir. Prestone De-Icer Washer Fluid. Wipe out ice in your lifetime.
We may have an Indian summer of sorts headed our way. Julie Bologna in the Weather Center. Julie?
You ready for some unusually warm temperatures?
Yes.
They're going to be on our doorstep by tomorrow. Get ready for some high temperatures in the 50s. Very pleasant weather. Today, though, falling below normal, only reaching 42 for the high, the low 24. Pretty close to normal, shy below. Now we're talking about temperatures right now, 35 degrees, humidity 70%, winds a southwest at 10. The winds are going to be dying down. The temperatures are going to be dropping down as well. Wind chill right now, 21 degrees outside. Feels pretty chilly outside because we are so clear outside. We have clear skies. We're dry. Most of the East Coast dry with the exception of some showers just off the Carolina coastline. But for us, we're going to see some very quiet weather. A number of disturbances are going to move quickly across the northeastern part of the country. Not really going to be affecting us. We are just going to get some clouds out of this whole system. But tomorrow, we're going to see some nice weather. Meantime, tonight, lows down into the 20s, the teens in northeastern Pennsylvania. By tomorrow, get ready for highs in the lower 50s. Very nice and pleasant. 40s around the Poconos through Williamsport, and expect some sunshine as high pressure continues to control the weather. We're going to see warmer weather all the way up through Pennsylvania into New England. Some clouds off to the west, the snow well to the north in southeastern Canada. So get outside and enjoy. Good day to wash the car. Meantime, tonight, clear skies, light winds, low around 27 by tomorrow. Highs reaching the lower 50s, high around 53. Sunshine, warmer, very pleasant. Now, we do see some cloud cover in here by Wednesday. Partly cloudy as another disturbance moves through, but it's not going to bring us any rain. Temperatures in the lower 50s the entire week, work week at least. Cooler by Saturday with highs only in the 40s. Very quiet weather pattern.
All right, thank you, Julie. Just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah.
Mike?
You got it, Steve. Up next, Ray Rhodes sharing his medical knowledge. And bombs away for the Sixers tonight. Find out if they can dismantle the Celtics in just a bit.
Plus, he doesn't have a name yet, but he's definitely the talk of the town. Details next.
This holiday, Friendly's unlocks the flavor of our new combination dinners. The new tender steak and shrimp combination, the plump chicken and shrimp combination, or the flaky haddock and steak. And when you order any of these perfect combinations, you'll get a classic Jubilee Roll Sundae for just 79 cents. A 79-cent sundae with any dinner at Friendly's.
I'm the road to Canterbury. Hello, dear. Thank you. Of course, you Americans hate the rain. Oh, it's too wet and scary. Mommy won't let me come out and play.
The road is calling, and the 1998 ES300 with front-wheel drive and available traction control will help you answer it.
Not bad, but you're on the wrong side of the road! Clarence the Crusher, good to see you.
This encore lasagna is just too much good food!
Go to it, Crusher!
All that lasagna and rich, meaty sauce.
I can't eat it all!
But Crusher, Encore's a 2-pound family-size entree.
Crusher don't have a family.
I do. We'll see you at 6 tonight.
Al, about these Encore Salisbury steaks.
5 tomorrow.
For tasting more, it's Encore.
Before you buy a digital wireless phone, Bell Atlantic Mobile wants you to ask this simple question. Does it work just about everywhere? Does it work here and out here? Does your phone sound clear here? The fact is, from Boston to D.C., nobody has more digital coverage with the most advanced digital technology than we do. A cell phone is only as good as the network it's on. Choose Bell Atlantic Mobile.
This just in, one man, one woman, both stabbed, both in critical condition tonight at Cooper Hospital in Camden. Now, police say the stabbings are the result of a fight at this house at 12 Placid Lane in the Pennypacker section of Willingboro. It happened just before 9:30. The victims were airlifted to Cooper. In other news tonight, elsewhere in Washington, top secret information will be revealed at the White House tomorrow. President Clinton will announce what he has named his new dog. He's named it, just hasn't said it yet. It's one of 1,000 suggestions or so sent in by kids from all over America. The chocolate lab said to be a very well-behaved pooch. Sports time now. Here's Mike.
More problems for the I-Man. I'm not talking about Don Imus Radio. I'm talking about Allen Iverson, one of the highest-paid basketball fans in Boston tonight, sat the Sixers bench in street clothes, reportedly suspended for skipping Sunday's practice. Coach Larry Brown saying tonight, quote, "Who knows why Allen does what Allen does sometimes," end quote. Guys like Rex Walters stepping it up, end of the first, buries the 3-ball. Sixers down 19-18. Philly down by only 2 at the half, but then the Celtics defense puts the clamps on. Tyus Edney to Ron Mercer, 2 of his 20 points. Boston on the 22-5 run in the third. Mercer again, after the steal, after the pass, for the stuff. Shot of the night goes to Anthony Parker, but the Celtics shoot down the Sixers 100-83, stacked 25 in the loss. Flyers heading in a different direction. Meanwhile, tonight in Montreal, tried to run that unbeaten string to 5 games. First period, 1-zip Philly. Well, we're going to make it 2-zip here. Eric Lindros on the power play, 14th goal of the season. Then it's going to be time to rumble. Vinny Prospal in a fighting mood tonight. Who else was there with the Dukes? Luke Richardson in the same brawl. Gets pelted a few times there in the noggin. A couple of aspirin later for him. Canadians down 2-1 late. The Flyers rack up the capper. Trent Klatt, a minute to go. Flyers win their 4th straight, 3-1 in Montreal.
I think the team has done a tremendous job of playing in these situations, back-to-back games, and 4 and 5 nights, and they're a hockey club that seems to thrive on that. So we just want to keep going what we got going now.
Ray Rhodes will finish with his first losing season as an NFL coach since 1982. And after yesterday's loss in Atlanta, his wife Carmen was the person he chose to lean on.
Her whole thing was the fact that, hey, it's going to be all right. But I'm one of them guys that when I hear it's going to be all right, that means that it's a loaded 38 waiting on you. When you start having cosmetic surgery and doing some things, sometimes when you open people up, it might be a little bit more wrong than you think. So when we sit down this off season, we'll take a look at it. Just like if I cut you open and I'm going in there to remove some kind of gallstone or something, and all of a sudden I see some more spots. I'm going to work on those too. That includes my gut too, because I'm going to cut it open first. That's the one I need to look inside first. I'll look at mine first.
Watch number 97 in green. Rhett Hall injures his left knee. Look at that yesterday on this play. The major ligament damage worked on this morning in surgery. He could be on the shelf for 4 to 6 months. As you saw earlier tonight, the Flyers starting to sing on the ice, but that doesn't always mean you're going to hit the right notes with the skates off. For example, Sean Podine, recent WB17 promotional event.
Hey, double ho, double, we double, she double, you double, me double, everybody double, Bubba. Everybody what? Double. I keep thinking double bubble gum. Hey, double ho, double, we double, she double, he double, you double, me double, she double. Screwed up again. I'm trying.
The star of the game. 49ers in the Monday Nighter lead the Broncos early in the third, 14-10. Jerry Rice is back, and he caught a touchdown tonight, Steve.
All right, thank you, Mike. Still ahead on WB17 News at 10, a transportation celebration in Center City. Next.
You wouldn't expect the Diamond Store to have $99 gifts, but we do. Like these quarter-carat diamond channel hoop earrings for only $99. And this season, with any purchase of $99 or more, you can also get this delicate rose box with a pair of classic diamond earrings for just $29. Only at Zales. Or on the World Wide Web at Zales.com.
It's a very special season, a very special day. You may not need